Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Hashem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone rule well. Shalom, so the brothers did all accurate in truth. Yeah, gonna start calling AP, and it's I was reading it and I was just like, it shows how this Roman Catholicism is essentially it's just an extension of the beast, man. Because the what do you call it? So I'll read it. It says Vatican bars gay union blessing. Says God can't bless sin. Okay. So it says the Vatican declared Monday that the Catholic Church won't bless same-sex unions since God cannot bless sin. The Vatican Orthodoxy office, the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, issued a formal response to a question about whether Catholic clergy have authority to bless gay unions. The answer, contained in a 2-page explanation, published in 7 languages and approved by Pope Francis, was negative. The note distinguished between the Church's welcoming and blessing of gay people, which is upheld, but not their unions. But even that is just, you're going completely contrary to the scriptures, and they know as well. Okay, I'm gonna skip through because this shit is long as which is upheld. No, it argued that such unions are not part of God's plan, and any sacramental recognition of them could be confused with marriage. Yeah. So, okay. The accompanying the alright. Okay. That I want to play in a sec. Where is the quote I'm looking for? This thing is so fucking long. It's not even. It's no mystery, man. The bare talk, bare writing. I'm like, bro, all this to say, it's okay. You know what? Let me play.
Saying that same-sex relationships are intrinsically evil, which is the official language, or now sinful, is such a degradation of the love and commitment and faithfulness that millions of same-sex couples show for each other.
Yes, so that's why I'm like it's actually a madness. It's actually insanity. Trying to basically push the Alphabet Gang agenda with the scriptures, which is essentially what's being done, because he says earlier, oh, you can bless homosexuals, but it's just that they just can't get married. You can't acknowledge that. But it's essentially like that's just completely off. Just completely off. And that's shows this that Roman Catholic Church is just an arm of of the beast system, man. One of them unclean frogs, and is pushing out the same worldly agenda, man. Because
Personally, I publicly identify as being a member of the LGBTQ community. And so personally
and it would be a Jake as well. and you can tell, you know, he's flame throwing from a mile away. But that's that. But then, you know, he's amongst you know, within that Roman Catholic Church. So that you know, the Roman Catholic Church is completely off. They don't deal with the truth. They don't deal with the scriptures. The Spirit's not dealing with them. They're off. It's off the world, man. And that's why it's. And the thing is that's why it's like, this is a debate they're having. Because listen to what he says. So he's straight up admitted that he's, you know, a flamethrower. And then what? Let's see what he says.
Here, people describe the desire of gay and lesbian persons for love, for affection. This here that described as sinful is crushing in a way.
You know, within.
I said to hear it described as sinful is crushing. Have you read your Bible, mate? that's the mystery as well. It's like I don't even know. It's but that shows it's really just about looking at from a completely worldly approach. Because when you deal with the scriptures are real simple, man. The scriptures are real plain. It's not a hard to understand mystery, especially when it comes to the case of, you know, men lying with men. That's real plain and simple. Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So according to the scriptures, you know, if you commit them acts, you're meant to be put to death. Now in the modern day, that's not something we can enact out. That's something that, you know, within Esau society, it's not going to be doable. But it's in the kingdom, the law is going to be followed to the letter and enforced. Israel is going to keep the law perfectly, and then we're going to make sure keep the other nations in line. So this ain't going to be a thing that's just going down. But that's what it is. It shows how their society is what. It's all about that, you know, the witchcrafts of Esau, of his kingdom, of his rulership that he pushed out. And it's, you go back to the previous kingdoms that Edom had, was what amongst what the Greeks, the Romans, it was they had that same spirit, man, that same they came in the same energy, man. And that's why it's what the rebirth of the rebirth of the beast. So there was maybe I passed it. There was one where they said that even in they knew it was even in the New Testament, it is plain. On hot button issues, okay. Which advocates intending to be blessed by the church. It's bare talking. Like, you can just bring this. That's why it's when it comes to GMS, we deal with the scriptures. We just it's all this talk is about, like, I'm like, bro, it's real plain and simple. You go to the scriptures. What does it say? Man lying with mankind as he lieth with a woman will surely be put to death. That means that obviously it's not sanctioned behavior. And you got examples, man. 2 Peter 2 and 6. Well, actually, you know what? Actually, no, I'll start on 6. 2 Peter 2 and 6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly, and delivered just lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Yeah. So that's the key example, which is why you still have the term sodomy that exists to this day. That's being utilized in language to this day. That's how significant of an example it is. That's why it's there's no excuse. Because as far as like when it comes to the scriptures, it's known what the stance is. So it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ash, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. Yeah, so it was made an example, and that example it still stands. This is why it's as far as this place is going to be judged, man. Basically, out just completely throwing the scriptures out of the window, and then just dealing with some complete madness otherwise. So what does it say? It might not be in this article because there's another one I read where they acknowledged erroneous and misleading. Okay. Blessings that can be sold. Da 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 da. Yeah, so you know this is a complete mess. Juan Carlos Cruz, a Chilean survivor of sexual abuse who is gay and close to Francis, said the document was out of step with Francis's pastoral approach and was tone deaf to the needs of LGBT Catholics, which is the fact that there exist LGBT Catholics already lets you know that that's just another facet of the world, man. Because that's that whole wave that's being pushed. This guy, Pope Francis was out there at the forefront saying like, oh yeah, these guys, they can be loved. God loves them. They're children of God. They're all loved. But that's why it's that universalism, which is essentially just about the New World Order, man. Just making everyone turn to one, man. That's why you had this guy, the Pope meeting with I can't even remember what he's called, man. In Iraq, one of the top guys in Islam or whatever, doing the link up, and that's part of what these elites are gonna do, where they have just all these religions. They're basically just gonna blend it into one, where where it's all being used for control. And the thing is all of it stems from that Roman Catholicism and that Islam. All these beliefs are basically part of just a structure of control, man. Getting people's minds. Because, I think it was a different one. Because I can't find it. Maybe just finish this.
In ways that are models rejection, where they had no legal protections, and yet they have persevered through that in ways that are models of grace and commitment that our church should be uplifting.
People in the pews know same-sex couples. They see their love as divinely inspired and divinely supported, and that is already a blessing. God has already blessed these couples.
This is mad. That's what it ain't about the scriptures. The scriptures ain't come in. You ain't heard anyone reading from the Bible. Let me just finish it and see.
And a formal ritual is only the recognition of that blessing. And the lay people know that, and the pastoral ministers know that. And I think they're going to find creative ways to continue to show blessing to these couples who are part of their community.
Yeah, so it's of the world, man. I'll finish on this because this is what I was gonna grab. Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am this, and New Testament. Yeah, this is for the Christian. If there's any Christians, you're thinking like, oh, this guy's talking smack. Well, you got when you deal with the church, they ain't dealing with the truth. They're not dealing with the scriptures. It's just BS, man. I watched the whole 2 minutes. What am I man talking about? I just felt crushed. Okay, where's the edification? Where's you going into the scriptures? That's why it's this place is all that whole Christianity, that plantation corn fed Christianity is not has got nothing to do with the scriptures, man. And it's gonna be destroyed, man. It's gonna be forgotten. Think not, Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass till all be fulfilled. Yeah. No part of the law is gonna pass. So that includes what I read earlier, Leviticus. So it's as far as that whole agenda, that alphabet crew agenda, is completely against the scriptures. But that's why even though it says, they ain't giving the blessing, they're still all up in the church. They're still, like they said, they're there. Essentially, they still promote it. Man said that he has a close friend that's part of the alphabet crew. So what does that mean? That means that these, that it's in that same accord. It's in that same mind, spirit, man. They are as one. With the beast, with the world. So it says, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. So if going and saying, a man can lie with man, that's completely off according to the scriptures. And this is what, but whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. So you got to condemn them. That's why it says what those that sigh and that cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Yeah. Men of the Lord, they're the men sighing and crying. Why? Because he's seeing these vile acts going on and getting promoted and getting pushed onto your children, pushed onto Jake. Just all forms of madness, man. All forms of wickedness. Which is the same reason that Jake got in the hole they're in the first place. Complete mess, man. For I say unto you that except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter the kingdom of heaven. And yeah, at that time as well, you had those that were heads over Jake, those were at the gates. They were what's the term? Those were at the gates. They were leading Jake astray. They'll go in the hell off, man. They're wicked as hell. Okay, but yeah, Shalom, Yabashim, Shabashim, Kakadash, Pakata, Shalom.